Oh!
Knight.
Oh, so you're telling me that if I had 1 stack of Grimheart, I ulted, I get 2 stacks of Grimheart, I hold my elemental skill because it casts both. I get the stacks off from... Oh, that's so crazy. That's stupid good burst. That is stupid good. Yo, what's crack-a-lackin' my precious beans? Welcome back. Today, we're going to be checking out collected miscellaneous tax. Eula Surging Frost from Genshin Impact. For those of you who don't know, Genshin Impact releases these cool little trailer sort of things, like a preview of the character and their abilities, and it kind of reviews how to play the character, where we go in and we talk a little bit about builds, we can figure out a bunch of stuff from watching these before the character's released. So let's do it! Woo!
Freedom have carried the fight against oppression into every corner of Mondstadt.
I thought you said
Yet
depression.
today,
Damn,
among
we
the
fighting
ranks
depression
of
out
the
here?
knights sworn to champion freedom, there walks a descendant of the former tyrannical aristocracy.
God, she's thick!
Eula, the
Jeez
progeny of an
Louise.
infamous lineage with vengeance always on her lips, is the captain of the Knights of Favonius Reconnaissance Company. The Spindrift Knight, supremely skilled with her blade. Her controversial heritage leaves many wondering why the Knights would accept her. Perhaps because the songs of freedom...
Okay, so one thing before we get started though, is that there's, one thing to know is that she does have a weapon that comes out with her banner at the same time, for the special weapon banner, which is obviously be the best weapon for her technically, because that's usually how they work, but for alternate options that you might want to run, I definitely recommend something like even Skyward Atlas, Skyward, the broadsword. It is super good just because it, one, like energy recharge, but two, and also running Pale Flame. Pale Flame is one of the best artifacts for physical damage besides Bloodstained Chivalry, so
Ready for reconnaissance.
you can either run 2 and 2, so Bloodstained, or
Eula
2
earned her captaincy with her
Pale
superior
Flames, which Pale Flames got
capabilities,
into the game in patch
masterfully
1.4, 5.
combining Favonia's blade
Yes.
work with cryo-magic. She forms frost at the tip of her blade, which she wields with the cadence of a dancer. Waltzing gracefully into battle, she then strikes like a crashing wave. Eula derives no additional status in Mondstadt from her once noble lineage, but finds herself the victim of a strict and outmoded education.
Jeez Louise, I'm trying to listen, but they keep showing me like shots of her ass. What are you doing?
Education.
What is that?
She
Stop!
dismisses what she was taught as pointless pretension, yet is unable to escape its influence entirely, often subjecting herself to meticulous introspection. When Eula crafts talent level up materials, she has a chance to double the output, boosting the party's adventure readiness.
What?
Eula's normal attack
That's
can
better
combo
than
up to 5
Xingqiu's.
strikes that deal physical damage to enemies. Holding the attack steadily consumes stamina, while Eula unleashes a rapid string of slashes, also dealing physical damage.
Oh, just Diluc style.
When her charged attack ends, she unleashes a powerful strike that launches smaller enemies within her range.
The hell?
Tap Eula's elemental skill Ice-Tide Vortex to perform a rapid slash that deals cryo damage. When the slash hits an enemy, Eula gains 1 stack of Grimheart. The effect has a maximum of 2 stacks.
Okay.
Grimheart increases Eula's resistance to interruption in her defense.
Alright, so from that alone, you should go Mona support then. Realistically. I mean, you could technically go sub DPS if you wanted to and pull out a child, but I wouldn't do that. I would just go Mona. For better burst, because what you could do is run double ice in your comp, get the cryo resonance, so that you get the 40% bonus to, like, frozen characters. I wouldn't really run a Chi-Chi. I'd probably still run a Bennett, just because Bennett's a better amplifier. If you wanted to run a sub DPS, or technically a support, because Ganyu can be played as a support, you can run Ganyu as a 5-star. If you don't want to run a 5-star, like, or you don't just have access to a 5-star, then I would run Chong Yuan. He is super good, one of the best burst supports when it comes to cryo damage, so.
Creating optimal conditions for her to dish out damage. Holding Ice-Tide Vortex causes Eula to consume all stacks of...
Oh my god, run Fischl. I'm so... What? Run Fischl. She's one of the fastest... This is one of the fastest wielding Claymore users that we have. And you can run Super Conduct. And if you have C6 special, you get Oz on... Like, you just get Oz as a character, basically. What the hell? Oh my god, definitely putting Fischl into the comp.
of Grimheart. And perform a spinning frontal slash that deals AoE cryo damage. If this attack consumes Grimheart stacks, it will decrease the physical and cryo resistance of surrounding enemies. Each stack of Grimheart consumed will convert to an Ice Whirl brand, dealing cryo damage to nearby enemies.
Flood of Frost.
Interesting. So that means she's a character that demands being put out into the field for long periods of time. So unlike characters where, like Xiao and stuff like that, just like characters like Xiao or Diluc, they require a lot of attention and to be your primary DPS. So going sub DPSs with those characters out doesn't make the most sense. So she is also a high maintenance character, which means that she needs to be out on the field most of the time, relying on burst support. So I would even put an Albedo technically in there if you wanted to. You go Albedo, Fischl if she's Constellation 6, and technically can go Sucrose because it would gather. Venti would be a better option if you have a Venti. Those are the main ones I would go with for things that would complement her pretty well. But overall, Mona would be huge, especially if you have like a Chongwen going with her too.
Eula's elemental burst unleashes a mighty slash of her sword, dealing cryo damage to surrounding enemies and forming a Lightfall sword that follows her around.
What the hell is that?
While the Lightfall sword is present, Eula's resistance to interruption is increased further. Additionally,
what the fuck? What? Are you serious? What? Why? What? So you don't even need a shield?
Resistance to interruption is increased further. Additionally, when enemies are damaged by Eula's normal attack, elemental skill, or elemental burst, the Lightfall sword's energy is charged. When its duration ends, the Lightfall sword will descend and explode violently, dealing physical damage to surrounding enemies. The damage
that's
dealt
insane!
increases with the Lightfall sword's charge stack. When Eula leaves the field, the Lightfall sword will instantly explode. After unlocking the talent Roiling Rime, when Eula holds Ice-Tide Vortex, if 2 stacks of Grimheart are consumed together, a shattered Lightfall sword is created and explodes immediately, dealing...
Wait, you lost me? You lost me.
The Lightfall sword will instantly explode. After unlocking the talent Roiling Rime, when Eula holds Ice-Tide Vortex, if 2 stacks of Grimheart are consumed together, a shattered Lightfall sword is created and explodes immediately.
So you don't even need to ult if you're already that far into her talents? She has really good burst damage. That's... Wow. She's a lot better than I thought she would be. Oh, my arm. She's a lot better than I thought she'd be. Like, I expected her to be, like, really strong because we don't really have many, like, insane physical damage DPSs. Like, I mean, we have, like, Razor and stuff, but, like, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, it's, at this point, why would you just not go 2 and 2? You could go 2 Bloodstained, 2 Pale Flames. And just get literally 50% bonus physical damage. And then you could run a Snow Tomb. For those of you guys who don't know, Snow Tomb Star Glitter is a free forged weapon that you can actually get by completing Dragonspine's secret mission. If you guys don't know how to get that sword, let me know. I'll make a video teaching you how to get it, and I'll walk you through it. Basically, there's 9 secret tombstones. You have to find all of them. Unlocks a secret room. You can get the sword and also get the blueprint so that you can make the sword yourself and craft it. And it's a physical damage sword that also drops ice like shards every so often. So probably one of the best weapons for her in the game.
Years of reconnaissance company campaigns have honed Eula's instinct for launching surprise offensives.
Okay.
When she strikes, waves of frost and rays of light surge forth like ocean spray. After unlocking the talent Wellspring of Warlust, casting Eula's Elemental Burst immediately grants 1 stack of Grimheart and resets the cooldown of her elemental skill.
Oh! Oh, so you're telling me that if I had 1 stack of Grimheart, I ulted, I get 2 stacks of Grimheart, I hold my elemental skill because it casts both. I get the stacks off from... Oh, that's so crazy. That's stupid good burst. That is stupid good.
far beyond
What?
Mondstadt's city walls.
And it's all based on
Eula's
physical
strength
damage.
is in hunting down her enemy with courage and calculation, striking with her frosty Favonius blade work. In combat, Eula often starts the offensive with her normal attack, interspersing her strikes with the tapping effect of her elemental skill to keep up the pursuit and accrue Grimheart stacks. Next, holding her elemental skill at an opportune moment will deal damage to her enemy, while also reducing their physical and cryo resistance by consuming the Grimheart stacks.
Yep.
When Eula's energy is full, unleashing her elemental burst puts further pressure on the enemy and creates a Lightfall sword. Now is the time for a rapid offensive. To charge the Lightfall sword and finally take down the enemy when it explodes.
Wow.
There are those with hatred in their hearts
That's
that are able to do
insane.
what Eula has done. Take the lust for vengeance bequeathed to them by fate.
Holy shit, buff your old 5 stars. This is insane. Like, that's the thing, right? Is that, like, I am all about this. And I'm glad they're buffing, like, Albedo and stuff. But, like, oh my god. Compare this to D-Luke for 2 seconds, right? D-Luke's sick. He's such a cool character. I own him. I love him. He's a great character. But, like, what are you doing, right? There's so many better DPSs in the game right now. And on top of that, like, I was like, but you know what? He's a 5-star Claymore. I kept trying to, like, rationalize why he's not that great in comparison to other DPS 5 stars. But this is stupid. Just buff him. Just care about the old 5 stars, man. Because, like, oh, man. I mean, Venti obviously is always OP. Like, that's fine. Like, we don't need to touch that. But, like, Chi-Chi needs a complete rework. D-Luke needs a buff. And, like, all I know is I'm getting this motherfucking character. I'm rolling on this hoe. I am rolling on this hoe because this is just profits. This is just gain. Also, she can be my main DPS for Spiral Abyss, my second comp, because right now I run a Razor anyways, with a Refinement rank 3, Snow 2 broadsword, so works out for me.
And channel it into a force for self-advancement. For Eula, this has set her down a path of peace and inner strength. Still, there are others for whom the passage of time does nothing to quell the poison spreading through their souls. Only the future will reveal the path they take, but inevitably, it will be a different one.
It's so cool to hear Dane Slip talk, dude. I'm so happy that we got to have him more in this, like, more in the story. Anywho, thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch my Eula build, theory crafting, and all that stuff, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I will be doing a lot about theory crafting with her and talking about optimizing builds once I actually get the character. I will be rolling for her. I don't have pity, and I am on 50-50, so we might not even get her. But I guess I gotta bust out the card, and I gotta roll for this bitch. Oh my god, but I want to because she's thick thigh mommy. Alright, we're doing it. We're doing it. I hope to catch you guys on the flip side. Make sure to love yourself and the people around you and always drink water. And love yourself as much as I love Xiao. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao. Later, gators.